Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Waller's Wallet, and with Chase rolling out the Freedom Flex and updating the Freedom Unlimited, there's some buzz about these cards. But while it's nice to see something new and even updated, does this actually improve the Chase Trifecta? Now, if you want a simple way to help out the channel, consider hitting that thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn that bell notification on as well so you don't miss out on future videos. Now, there are many people who love running a Chase setup. It's easy, it's simple to use, the reward program isn't too hard to learn, although I do think it has become less valuable over time. But now that we're seeing Chase update the earning rates on some of their cards, the question really becomes, does this improve the Chase Trifecta at all? Now, the trifecta we'll be using is a pretty popular one. It's the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, and now the Freedom Flex, which is going to be taking the place of the older Chase Freedom card. And if we look at the older trifecta, the earning rates break down to 5x on rotating categories, 3x on all travel and dining, and then 1.5 points per dollar everywhere else. And since you do get that 1.5 cent per point redemption value through their travel portal, even the pay yourself back benefit, it becomes 7.5% back on the rotating categories, 4.5% back on travel and dining, and then 2.25% everywhere else. But now with the Freedom Flex taking the place of the old Freedom card, your earning rates break down to this. You'll be earning 5x on rotating categories, 5x on travel booked through the Chase travel portal, 3x on drugstore purchases, 3x on all other travel and dining, and then 1.5 points per dollar everywhere else. So between the old trifecta to the new one, the only new additions are getting 5x on travel booked through the Chase travel portal and 3x on drugstore purchases. That's it. Everything else stays the same. Now, I do think that since the Freedom Flex now has dining and drugstores at 3x, the days of seeing dining and drugstore purchases as one of those 5x categories I think are behind us. I definitely could be wrong here, but why would Chase offer a rotating category on a card that now has a fixed earning rate? And the 5x of the Chase travel portal? That can be nice, but I've done videos in the past showing the portals aren't always as good as they seem. Prices can be inflated, the inventory and options can be different, so it is always important to price compare between different travel portals as well as directly to the airline or hotel that you're booking through. Plus, if you were to book using your Chase Freedom Limited or Chase Freedom Flex through the travel portal, you lose those great travel protections you get from the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, you do still get trip cancellation and trip interruption coverage with the Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited, but that's going to be limited to $1,500 per person and up to $6,000 for prepaid and non-refundable fares, and these do not even come close to comparing with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, because the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it offers $10,000 per person or $20,000 per trip of trip cancellation or trip interruption coverage, and it even offers trip delay coverage, which can be extremely valuable. And the Chase Sapphire Reserve has many other travel protection benefits as well. And from a travel protection benefit consideration, booking with your Chase Sapphire Reserve is going to be better because you are better protected. And I think that does outweigh the extra point earnings you would get from the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited through the Chase travel portal. But if you did decide to book with your Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited, you would get more points. But then I think this does reduce the value of your Chase Sapphire Reserve, since the travel protections on the Chase Sapphire Reserve are a big benefit of this card. And frankly, if you're willing to give up travel protections for better earning rates, there are other cards out there on the market to consider, such as a card like the City Prestige, which has great earning rates, but a big negative on that card is the fact it lacks travel protections. Now, getting cell phone protection from the Freedom Flex is a really nice benefit even if you are only earning 1 point per dollar. Now, I really do value cell phone protection, especially when the flagship cell phones now are about $1,000 or more. Then the other addition is drugstore purchases, where you would be earning triple points, and drugstores are places like CVS and Walgreens. And drugstore purchases is the only other multiplier added from the old trifecta to the new one. Now, if you are someone who manufactures spends, this could be great for you since the earning rates are uncapped at drugstores. And cards like the Bank of America Cash Rewards card does offer drugstores as a category, but it does have a limit of up to $2,500 per quarter. Then you even have the Apple card, which offers 3% back at Walgreens. Now, Chase does have it in their terms and conditions that they can prevent you from earning points if they feel you're gaming the system here. And Chase does specifically mention manufacturer spending. And in a time where banks are cutting credit limits and closing accounts, I think it will be interesting to see if they do shut down accounts for people spending big money at their local drugstores. And I mean, it won't be too hard to notice if someone's gone from spending zero or very little at drugstores to spending thousands of dollars per month at their local CVS. And my gut does tell me we will see shutdowns for people manufacturers spending a little too hard, but that is something we'll have to wait and see though. And drugstores could be good for someone who spends a lot of money on medications each month. And if you get your medications at places like Walmart, Sam's Club, or grocery store pharmacies, they might not code at drugstores, so you'd be missing out on those rewards. Now, at the same point, people are using mail order pharmacies more because you might be getting a better price, such as getting 3 months supply for only 2 months copay, or maybe you're a higher risk patient and you don't want to risk going out in public right now. But if you are someone receiving your medications through mail order, you need to see if they code as drugstores to make sure you're earning those extra points. But looking at how Chase categorizes drugstores, it seems that mail order pharmacies possibly won't count towards that 3x earning rate. But people who are really excited about drugstore categories are people who are manufacturer spending. So do these additions to the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited drastically improve the Chase Trifecta? No, I don't think it does. And while seeing triple points for dining on the Freedom Flex is nice, if you're someone running the Chase Trifecta, you were probably already earning triple points from your Chase Sapphire Reserve, so this does nothing to improve the Trifecta. Now, if you're someone with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, then yeah, it's a nice upgrade because the Chase Sapphire Preferred sucks, even more so that these additions have been made. But the new Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited updates makes the Chase Trifecta a little bit better because there are new categories added and it does add a few extra benefits like that cell phone protection, but it doesn't make it that much better. Now, if Chase really wanted to make the Trifecta overall better and really turn the heat up on American Express, then they should look to add a gas category, and they really need to add a grocery category. And I know I have said this multiple times, but it's something they really need to do. It really doesn't matter if they wanted to put on the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred. If they add a grocery category, then it really does change things up. Because groceries and even gas for some people are some of the largest expenses they have. And by making that adjustment, then yes, I think that would truly make the Chase Trifecta or even the Chase Quadfecta even better. Now, I do think we will see Chase make some changes to the Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve in the future, or Chase could possibly release a new Sapphire card, just like we saw them release a new Chase Freedom card. But until they do that, only getting drugstores and more points when you book travel through their portal, it looks nice, but it does not make the Trifecta that much better. So tell me, do you think the Freedom Flex makes the Chase Trifecta better? Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in this video. If you want to help support the channel, take a look at the links down in the description below. And if you know somebody that could benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. And until next time, safe travels and take care.